Hello! So, if everything goes according to plan, this should be my first video. So I should probably quickly introduce myself. My name is Sleepyhead. I am an aspiring digital and traditional artist, with me working on a huge animation. Since I'm not good at animation, please help. I decided to take on a little challenge to hopefully ease the tension that has been animation. So I decided to draw Eclipse and Lunar and other people's art styles. Sounds fun, right? Yeah. Oh boy, it was fun, but I did have some road bumps. So before we get into that, I want to carry on two quick, side notes. Number one, this was before Lunar got his redesign. So all of these are in before Lunar was called out for, being a stolen asset or something. But regardless, these are old and I don't want to change them, so probably all of these designs are inaccurate, so yeah, that's kind of sucks, but oh well. And number two, no hate towards any of the artists that I draw here. I love them all, with all of my heart, would take a bullet for them, and anything that I complain about is just because I don't have the skills for that yet. So with that all being said, let's just get to the drawing. Okay, I got Sun and Moon content creators from TikTok and YouTube in a baggie right here. And I'm going to attempt to draw Eclipse and Lunar from the Sun and Moon show in their styles and how I imagine they would draw them. Some of them are fans and already have designed some zones, but I think this is going to be a fun exercise and challenge. I'm going to do 6 for now, but if you guys enjoy this, I might do more. So let's just start throwing in who will be our first victim. Oh my gosh, I threw this one in as a joke. Sun and Moon show, the Sun and Moon show. So that means I'm gonna draw them actually like this. Wish me luck. Oh, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Alright, number 2. Professor Jake! They make such good content, and I love their style. This is gonna be fun. Alright, number 3. It's gonna be a good break from the first one. C-Maz! Oh, I really hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but I really enjoy their content. So this one's also gonna be great. So far I'm getting really lucky, because all of them are Sun and Moon content creators. So I don't have to come up with my own designs. Alright, so I guess number 4. Super Dupe Booper. Alright, this one's also fun. I love their TikToks. This one is also going to be interesting because they don't have a design for Eclipse or Lunar, but it's going to be fun to design one for them. Number 5. Ooh, Mendax 6. Yeah, Mendax 6. I love the way they draw Sun and Moon. So this is going to be another fun one. So this is going to be the last one. That is if I can count. So let's see what we're going to get. Who is my victim? Fluff Pillow. Oh my goodness, a talented animator. Alright, I got my victims here. These guys are safe, and these guys I will be drawing, attempting to recreate their style. Wish me luck. Well, aren't we starting with an interesting one? So like I said in the video, I threw this one in as a joke, because I wrote down so many artists that I was thinking, what are the chances that I'm going to get, quite honestly, the most difficult one? Apparently a lot! So, for these guys, I decided to fuse all 3 designs coming from the Eclipse and Lunar show to make a ultimatum. You can see I took inspiration from the Lunar form, glowing form, from the VR chat, but I also took inspiration from the thumbnails on his little thing there. What is it? Freaking bead? I don't know. Then for Eclipse, honestly, I took most of this from the thumbnail just because I really like the design. Okay. That the hair, it was supposed to be part of a hat, but the recording feature that I use, it doesn't like show errors. So I was too lazy to remove it, so I guess Lunar has hair. It's supposed to be fluff, but sure, let's go with it. As for the colors, I mainly color picked from the thumbnails, and it mainly came to just playing around with the colors, and I was basically done. So with that all out of the way, this was my final result. I know it looks incredibly creepy, and maybe it doesn't look 3D, but darn it, I tried my best. Let me move on to something more easy, please. And thankfully I do, because next I've got Professor Jake on my palette. Oh my goodness, I love their content so much. I love the art style. I love how boxy but so fun. It's so stylized. I could gush forever. So I tried my best to like stylize them in the way they typically would. Okay, can I just quickly mention, on the references I had, Lunar didn't have the little swirl cheeks, but in the future videos I see that they do. I didn't know which one if I should have added them. I think I added them later but didn't like it, so I guess they're off for now. The shading was a bit of an issue because I didn't actually know how to do it correctly, and I had to tinker with things a bit because for some reason Eclipse's shading was giving me issues. But other than that, I had a lot of fun doing this one, and oh my goodness, Professor Jake is so talented. Ignoring that. And this is the final result. Now, I don't think I could fool anybody into thinking that this was Professor Jake's handiwork, but oh my goodness, I had so much fun doing this one, and it was such a sigh of relief compared to the nightmare that was the first one. And next we've got Seamaz. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh my goodness, I love the art style. It's so fun and it breathes so much personality into these characters. It is so interesting. I love the way that the moon side of both of their faces goes past the original mold. It is so interesting, and it was also fun to try to draw. Alright, this one is probably the most unique out of all of them. Not saying the other ones aren't, it's just that I had some issues trying to get it to be perfect. However, I think once I got it, I think this is probably the closest I got. Like, I think this is like the only one I could probably fool people into thinking that Seamaz was the one to draw this. But other than that, it was great. And even the shading was very fun. And just, yeah, I'm in love. So, with that being said, here is the final piece. Is it trailer worthy? Seamaz, oh my goodness, I love their artwork, and I hope I did the art style justice. Alright, now we've got our first non-Sun and Moon show artist. They made a Sun and Moon XYN sort of fanfic series on TikTok, and I really enjoyed it. I followed it until it ended, and oh my goodness, the story was so interesting, and I loved the way they characterized Sun and Moon, and just, it was so sweet. So, for actually designing Eclipse and Lunar, I just kind of had to take a shot in the dark, and mainly took inspiration from just a simple idea of taking Sun's attributes to Moon's body. As for Eclipse actually does have a design. However, their official one that they have is just a Sun and Moon fusion. However, they do have a sort of alt form with the black face and the sort of more menacing expression, and I really like that, so that's what I mainly did for Eclipse. And with my very first original character design, this is the final result. Now, I don't think I could fool anybody into thinking this was Super Duper's art style, but I did have a lot of fun, and my goodness, the art style is just so cute. So next we've got Mendax 6. This one's an interesting case because I originally thought that this was just another not Sun and Moon show artist, but then on their community page I found their Eclipse and Lunar designs, so I was like, god damn it, because I really wanted to draw the puffy sleeves. So instead I took a different approach. What if their version of Eclipse and Lunar, well, mainly their Eclipse, but the Sun and Moon show's version of Lunar was in Little Star Shines, their story that they've made. And then I just had a lot of fun designing them. I tried my best to make it look like I used that tool. I know it's an IBS, but I have no idea what it's called. I tried my best to make my lines as smooth as possible, like theirs, and then just sort of play with the design until I was finally happy with the colors. And boom. So with all that, this is the final result. I love drawing the puffy sleeves. They do not disappoint. 10 out of 10. And my goodness, Little Star Shines is so good. I totally recommend anybody go check it out. So, before we move on to Fluff Pillows section, I want to give a quick trigger warning for body mutilation and a bit of robotic parts and sort of creepiness. If that's not what you are comfortable with, there's a timestamp right here. Just wanted to give that quick warning before we move on. Okay, here we go. So for Fluff Pillow, I decided to take a lot of inspiration from the horror elements that they incorporate into their designs, because oh my goodness, I finished watching Mouth and it was so good. So what I decided to do is I fused Eclipse and Lunar into the same body, and imagine Eclipse sort of like the host while Lunar is just sort of there but not in a state where he can do much. So I basically took inspiration from that and made a sort of beat up design, taking Lunar's inspiration from just straight up Mouth. Just please go watch it, it's so good. And then everything else I just played with colors and just tried my best. So this is the final result for the final artist. I am fully aware that this one is probably the weakest in comparing the art style, but I was more focused on character design. I still love their art style. My goodness, it is so good. And the way they animate, mwah. And with that, that should be the final artist. Or is it? That's right, we got an extra one. It's my art style. So the way I draw Eclipse and Lunar is, I would say, kind of unique. But the main gimmick that I have for them is that they're total opposite, and their color palettes reflect that. In fact, the main focus of my designs are that if you flip their color palettes, they basically look like each other. And that's fun because you can just flip it and boom, each other. Accents don't count because I got tired. But other than that, it was mainly just me playing around with colors and just finally drawing these guys, because I've drawn them a lot in digital but not really traditional. And then, yeah, everything just came together nicely. And yeah, that's basically it. Here's the final piece, for real this time. And with that, this is basically the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was kind of new for me because I'm not really used to stepping out of my comfort zone, but it was a lot of fun. If you guys want me to do more artists or suggest artists, leave it in the comments below. And, well, I guess I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye!